Today's episode sees a dark cloud hanging over our farm. The rain falls, and it feels somehow fitting. So many of you are going to be just as sad as we are to hear the news, so I'm just going to get it over and done with. It's not often that our days here in Portugal feel grey and heavy. The renovations of our stone house must continue. So while we try hard not to linger on a feeling of sadness for too long, let's begin this episode and look for light. And I'm sure we'll find our way through. I think we must be about to head off to the chicken shop. Thank you for being here with us, for all of it. It's a very drippy, drizzly, kind of English-feeling day today, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Wait.
It is one of those days that you kind of look out the window and you think, I'm not sure. But we've got a big project to do, and if we were in the UK, or indeed if I was still in Finland, I would be jumping out of bed going, gosh, it's 15 degrees centigrade, it's practically summer. Mm-hmm. Just because we're in Portugal doesn't mean the sun has to shine for us to do anything. No. So I'm going to carry on with my work.
Right, the children are trying to beat their way into the house because I think they're hungry. But I just wanted to show you quickly where we ended off yesterday because, well, things have gone really, really well. We've got an extension to the floor here that we laid, which you would have seen in the last episode. And today, John, his plan... Oh, weird. I've never filmed that way before. Anyway, today, John's plan is to finish this path and connect the tiny house to the new level of platform here. But what we also did was move that magnolia tree. John didn't film it, but it's feeling a bit sore today after that, aren't you, love? But dug up as much of the roots as possible from that lovely magnolia, and I'll take you down with the boys to show you where we've put it. Right, the small newbies and me are now very appropriately dressed. Come on then, let's go down to the lawn and see where Daddy put that tree, shall we? Zoya, are you coming? Yeah. Come on then. Let's go. Everybody's also got a bread roll to keep the peace. I think we've mentioned before, but we have a local baker who brings us bread every single morning. It's one of my favourite things about living here. So on the weekdays, we get 4 little bread rolls, freshly baked and delivered to the gate. And on the weekends, we get this enormous, like a platted loaf on a Sunday, which is a very traditional Portuguese bread called... flippin' heck, it's left me. Anyway, you guys will all know if I'll try and remember what it's called. But anyway, it's such a lovely part of living here, and it all costs us €6.30 every week for our bread. Come on then. So I don't actually know where Daddy put the magnolia tree. So do you know? Not here. Nope, not yet. This is exciting though. Look at our lovely peach blossoms. This peach didn't do anything last year, but this year's had so much more sun and life on it. So with any luck, we get a few more peaches. I'm a bit worried it's going to rot around the bottom there though, because of the Hobbit house being buried around it. So we'll keep an eye on it. But aren't they pretty? Right, can anybody see a magnolia tree? He said he did put it near where he chopped a tree. Oh heavens, it is really wet out here. I think we're going to take refuge shortly. Ah, I see it. It's over there. So John's popped it here next to our very special olive tree from our friends Luca and Sara from Leave Everything in Wonder. And let's hope it does better. Wouldn't that be? I mean, that is a really lovely spot for it. It's going to get so much more sun here. And in time, if you have a look, that'd be the house. Imagine we're looking down and just on the side of our view is a brilliant big magnolia tree. They flower for such a short time, but they really are spectacular. So that would make an amazing frame for our view for 2 weeks of the year. So hopefully it's happy there and it survives the ordeal of being plucked out from its home.
All right, what do they say about feeling a little bit like a wet dog? I'm not sure whether that's, I don't even know if that's a saying. Have I just made that up? Never know. Okay, but I've got 2 lots of cement down, and the path is going in really, really nicely. My only issue is I can't see it. And you guys know, I like to see things as I'm working, because then it's sort of, you know, it's easier to plan the next step. And I can't see anything because I've covered it all up. It's looking slightly, is that optimistic? Slightly brighter up there. And the rain is definitely slowing down, he says, looking on the not garage roof at pitter patters. The forecast for this afternoon is that it stops. But of course we are here up in the clouds, and so you're up in the clouds. Sometimes it's not rain; it's just mist that's landing all around you. I was told when I was making the foundations for the outside kitchen, the deck area where Tara's working at the moment, I was told that cement will set underwater. It doesn't need necessarily to be dry for it to set. So I'm hoping that's the case, because I really want my path to set, and I really want to have a look at it before I make any more. So I think what I'm going to do is hold off for another half an hour and see whether that sun breaks through those clouds. Actually, while I'm waiting, I could put one of those blocks in the corner. That's going to take an hour and a half to do on its own. Hello everybody. That will have been the wind. We've got a proper storm going on at the moment. Okay, I think we've got that in place anyway. Put a couple of wooden blocks underneath it. It's supposed to stop in about an hour, but that looks like before it's going to stop, it looks like we're in for some more. Blowing this way, we might be lucky. Anyway, the plan is carry on, try and get this path done. It's starting to look good, isn't it? You know, you've got that. Let's see where we get to. Not nice out there today. Come in, take a break, have my AG1. It's been a really challenging last few days. Having AG1 on our side whilst we go through tricky days like these ones is a real lifesaver. If you've been looking to up your game and support your immune system, I'm going to put a QR code on the screen right here. All you've got to do is take your phone, open the camera and point it at the screen. You'll go straight through to the correct AG1 page. And also by clicking on that link and by scanning that QR code, you'll be helping to support our channel, which we really appreciate, especially on days like today. I love how I can just run in from doing a project, open the fridge door, smash it together, and it's ready in a few seconds. I know that I'm getting as much goodness into my body as I can possibly get, and making sure that our bodies have got enough phytonutrients, vitamins, minerals, and adaptogens to deal with these high levels of stress when they roll around. AG1 is packed with pre and probiotics which support good gut health, and I'm a special fan of the anti-aging stuff inside this pot too. And it doesn't taste as green as it looks. Hints of vanilla and pineapple. It's actually quite refreshing. If you're interested, remember on the screen QR code here, also a link in the description below. By using our code or our link, you'll be given a free AG1 snazzy bottle. You'll be getting your canister and the scoop as well. You'll get your 5 free travel packs. And you've heard it all before, folks. You'll get an entire year's supply of AG D3K2 vitamin supplements. This stuff doesn't taste that great, but I promise you it's fab for you. There we go. I've got to go back to work.
Good morning, folks. It's a couple of days later. The rain has stopped, but we have some news, which I'm not looking forward to sharing with all of you, but I'm going to share it nevertheless. But I think I might go and do that up at the greenhouse with my box of seeds, because that is my happy place. Just going to get a bottle of water and put on something warm, because it is jolly freezing today. But let's go and we'll have a little chat, fill you in on what's been going on the farm. Right, that is more appropriate outerwear for the day that it is today. So I don't want to linger on the bad news we've got to share, because, well, I'm not sure I can hold it together to linger on it. And I know that so many of you are going to be just as sad as we are to hear the news. So I'm just going to get it over and done with. Very sadly, we lost our chickens. Over the weekend, we had dogs come onto the property. And before we could do anything, we lost Fifi, Sadza and Badza. We spent the whole day in the pouring rain searching for them in the hopes that they were just hiding somewhere. But very sadly, we came upon evidence that they are no longer with us. Truly, anyway, as I say, I've spent a lot of time weeping over the last day and a half, and I don't want to do it again. So thank you for all of the love and things. I know it's going to be okay, but as I'm sure you can imagine, we feel like we've lost part of our family, and we are really, really, really sad. Our little speckled hen Tadza survived the ordeal somehow, and today is refusing to leave the chicken coop. I think she's gone into some sort of hiding, shock, grief, all of the above. So we are actually off to go and find some more chickens. For her sake, she needs the company and she needs the friends, and for our sake, we need the energy on the farm. This whole place just feels completely empty without them. And the last thing I'll say is that Fifi was the most extraordinary chicken, and there'd never be another Fifi. And I'm just so sorry that we didn't have, more time. Anyway, I'm going to go into the greenhouse and put the last of the seeds into trays and things, ready for the season ahead. And once I've composed myself, I'll come back out and talk about some other things and focus on happier projects. But farm life. Right, moving on, purely because we got to. Let me show you what's been going on in here. So we've got Cosmos going crazy, which is very exciting. Lots of marigolds popping up as well. And my sweet peas, I don't know what these are, but they're not sweet peas, so I think they'll come up. But anyway, the sweet peas which I'd left in the greenhouse over the summer, I didn't think would do anything, but they are actually popping out, which is really exciting. Nothing yet from the chilies. Oh, do I see the start of a tomato? That's very exciting, because I was starting to lose hope, but it doesn't look very tomatoey. We'll see. And nothing from our African horned cucumbers yet. Our normal cucumbers, which are seeds from last year, have started sprouting, as have our watermelons and a few of our cherry tomatoes. I've got 2 Chinese cabbages here, which is really great. Nothing from the passion fruit, nothing from the rhubarb. Lots of sweet peas up here, as well as marigolds. and lots of melons from our melon seeds last year. In here we've got like yellow cherry tomatoes, beetroot. There's our first beetroot! Yay! Oh, that makes me really happy. And also peppers on this side. So fingers crossed they arrive. As you can see, we've got some slug control going on. Joao, having planted 50 billion lettuces, was devastated to come in and see that slugs had been on them. So he's put slug deterrent around everything. Celery is absolutely booming. I think we've got our first little aubergines popping up here. Herbs are still really happy. Oh, and a first broccoli floret. I don't know what to do with this broccoli. I don't know if I should send him outside or just leave him in here because he's so happy. But it's meant I haven't really used this side of the table because I just want the broccoli to be happy. Anyway, and some kale in the back. That's also doing quite well. So, yeah, things in here are looking up. So my plan for the morning is to get some patty pan seeds in. Oh, that's exciting. Got another sweet pea coming up here. To get some patty pan seeds in and some more flowers. Oh, and a first calendula. Yeah, great. Anyway, some patty pan seeds in, some more flowers, and just crack on and get the last of what I want to grow in the greenhouse in. And then we're going to get started with outside. And I am going to bring the tractor. Now, bear with me. Also, remember, I'm quite fragile, so please be kind. But we've done so much research and so much reading about what the best way forward is for our garden. And next year, I would like to really commit to trying to turn the whole place into a no-dig, no-till garden. But this year, we're just not prepared. If you look into what we would need in order to make the space that we've got, the size of it, into a no-dig garden, the books just don't balance. You know, we might as well buy our own vegetables. So my plan is to ask the tractor to come, but not to turn the soil, just to till the top layer so that I can just get it back under control a bit, and get some beds marked out and organised so that we are not so kind of all over the place. And then, yeah, we can start planting outside. I think that's going to happen in the next couple of weeks because we're now at that time of year. So the compost will all go into the soil. We'll be enriching the soil with what we've got on there. Oh, Tuds has come out. I'm so pleased. Oh, good girl. That makes me so much happy. It really stressed me out that she wasn't coming out of the coop. Anyway, so we're going to put all the, enrich the soil with lots and lots of our own compost as it, till it in so that just feeds the soil. I know it's not good to bring the tractor often, but in my mind, once a year is forgivable as we get things under control and as we get ourselves set up for the future. So I've made my peace with it, and as I say, please just be gentle. I watched an amazing video by Hugh Richards who just put it so succinctly, and he said, there's so much vilification of people who use old-fashioned methods of farming, and there's this kind of real kind of trend and fashion towards this no-dig principle, and it's correct and it's better for the soil 100%. But nobody who is growing their own food or trying to grow their own food should be vilified in any way. It should be celebrated as something that is, just doing good. So please be kind, please be gentle. And we share our lives and our choices with you all as honestly and as authentically as we can. So, that's the plan. Let me get on with my seeds and we'll see you in a little bit. Planting some seeds that we got from one of our patrons, Leanne. Thank you, Leanne. These are incredible. In fact, they're so precious I'm almost too scared to plant them, which is daft, but I have put a few of them out already, but we've just got some really special flowers here. What I'm going to get in now are some Cape gooseberries, which will remind me of home. We used to eat gooseberries all the time as kids. And then a few more of the flowers that you sent. And what a pleasure it is to have seeds sent to us from our community. So Thank you so much. It feels like they've got an extra dose of love with them, and yeah, it makes me smile to think of the journey they've been on, and you know, the fact that somebody was just kind enough to send us some seeds. So let's hope that I manage to get them to grow. These are so tiny, and with any luck, we'll have some gooseberries this year. The one thing I've been desperately wanting to do outside is get some nasturtium seeds in. So I'm going to put a line here alongside our first lettuce seedlings. And John's just taking a delivery of wood for the extension, which is very exciting. I'm just going to put these all over the place, I think. Let's see if I can get some down this way. So that's gonna mean that we can crack on. And I will get back down to my kitchen shortly. You'll remember dear Fifi left his footprints in the cement, and I think it will take me a while to feel ready to be down there, but soon.
That kukokieku or cock-a-doodle-doo that you've just heard is our new rooster. It's got a name, but I've forgotten it. It's quite new. Doesn't sound like Fifi, but it's still a baby and he's having a good go at it. If you skip through parts of the video, you've missed the sad bit. We're now into the sunshine and, well, we're still feeling a little bit raw and a bit sad about what happened, and that feeling's not going to go away anytime soon. There is, however, work to be done. The sun is shining now, and well, we've got some new chickens and a couple of guinea fowl to boot. So let's crack on with some work. Let's see where we get to today. It's going to be a little bit of a, I don't know, destructive day before we start building. So let's start smashing stuff up. So whilst we've got a cement base here, it's just not very good, and I don't trust it to hold any sort of weight whatsoever, although it's done pretty well over the decades to hold those magnificent stones that we've included in the wall over there. I just don't want it to be the foundation for the building that we're going to put on here, temporary or not. It's still important that it's safe and it's strong to be in. This part over here anyway, this is a big lump of granite, by the way, so we're going to have to get rid of some of that, at least a portion of it. This part here, it's all higgledy-piggledy, it's not level, it's looking a bit ugly, so we're going to have to get rid of that. And then eventually we're going to have to cut in some lines into that cement to put our breeze block foundations into place, before we then start putting some rebar down and putting a damp proof course and some new cement in. So first things first, let's start bashing this around and seeing whether it comes up pretty easily or not. Got a pickaxe, I'm going to start off with that. It's not necessarily the right way to do it. A jackhammer like Brady's got over at Raising Voyages would be pretty handy right now, but I don't have one. I don't think I want to buy one just for this small project. And I've got no idea where to rent one from, so I might be using a pickaxe and a small SDS drill, you know. in the safes. Look at that, that's gone over straight over a the rock. That's why it's on there. It's just on top of rock. That's going to be a nightmare. Okay, that is seriously hard work. I've been digging everything out. Let's have a look. Just down here. But I've definitely hit solid rock now. And also, what is that? You know, there's a big box, concrete box up against the wall. Gonna have to get rid of that too, I think, although I don't really want to. This kind of work, this demolition, this working really hard to smash stuff up and get rid of stuff. You know, it's not fun, is it? I'm gonna need to find somewhere around where I live where there's a big jackhammer that I can smash that up with and get some foundations in.
It's a new day, the sun is shining, the sky is blue, the rain is gone, and well, I'm not going to say that we're feeling 100% better, because we're not. There is still so much sadness in my heart, but yesterday we went and picked up some new chickens, which feels kind of quick and soon, and they're not the same just yet, but I'm sure they will worm their way into our... Yeah. We will, hey. I'm sure they'll worm their way into our hearts in no time at all. It felt important to get some friends for Tadza because she was on her own. And also, we really like having the eggs, and the boys love going up to the chicken coop. So kind of regenerating our flock felt like it really needed to happen quite quickly. So without further ado, let me introduce you to the new feathered team on the farm. They're a little bit nervous because they're still getting used to us, especially the boys. So we'll go a bit quietly. Oh, Crusoe, look, she's going in to lay an egg. But we've already got eggs, which is super excited. And we've branched out. Okay, buddy. Shh, Crusoe, we just got to be quiet, remember, because that chicken's just gone in there to lay. So Crusoe's desperate because one of the chickens has laid her egg under the chicken coop and he's desperate to get it. But the others are laying and I really don't want to disturb them because they're all just settling in today. But here we have it, everybody. The big boy. He's very beautiful. There he is. This big boy is called Jongwe, which means cockerel in Shona, the local language of Zimbabwe. We also have in the back there a new spotty fowl. Now, if you're not familiar with that, what that is, it's called a guinea fowl. And we get them a lot in Zim, and the sound that they make is a real sound of home for me. So when we saw that the chap had some guinea fowl, I really wanted to get a couple. That's been a bit of a dream of mine. So that one that we've just been watching is called Jiggles because of her jiggly face features. And over there having a lovely dust bath is Jazz. She's quite jazzy. And then this lovely little lady lays blue eggs, which we'll show you in a second. And we've called her Marilyn because, quite frankly, she's fabulous.
Fabulous.
Fabulous, hey?
Why is them not eating?
Now, we still haven't quite figured out a name for the new spotty speckled hen, but she's very lovely. Or for our two little brown hens. There's one there, and the other is currently in the coop. Tuds is still on the box, and the other brown one is still inside.
Mom, look at it.
Just wait, sweetie pie. Patience not the strong point of 3-year-olds. So Crusoe's struggling to kind of understand them. We just need to wait a bit. I don't want to stress them out because it's their first day. last night was hilarious because they wouldn't go inside the coop and we had to come and put a towel over them and put them in one at a time, catch them. So hopefully tonight they'll know where they sleep. It's really nice to see them. I know, sweetie. It's really nice to see them going in and out and in and out. Because it means, you know, they know where home is, and hopefully that will become the egg box. I think what I've got to do is collect little Marilyn's egg from underneath there and put it in the egg box so that, and leave it there for the day so that they all know where to lay. And actually our second egg box is a bit narrow. Maybe John needs to do some renovations on the chicken coop.
What's that? What's that, buddy? You're getting the egg. Okay. The new flock. We've put up all sorts of. We've made changes, haven't we? We've put up our Reolink camera right here. That's basically there to make sure that, well, if we can look at the end of every day and just double check and see whether anything's lingering around here at night time, and if there's a persistent offender, we can come out and we can do something about it, can't we?
So there you have it, our new flock. Nothing will ever replace the birds that we lost because they were so special. And you know, it's interesting to see, I think for a lot of people, or some people anyway, it's like they're just chickens, but they weren't just chickens. They were our chickens, and they were really special chickens. They had amazing personalities. Chris said, please, sweetie. They had amazing personalities. The more we got to know them, the funnier they were. And they really, we all had settled into such a beautiful groove here. You know, they knew their way around. They knew what time they were let out. And I'm just so gutted. I'm so gutted. But I, you know, like Joao said to us, don't be discouraged. It's part of farm life. And, you know, I'd like to say I'm not going to get attached to the next bunch, but I don't think that's possible because I'm already like, oh, you know. In fact, I'm really like, oh, John, there's a market on Saturday. We should go and get some more. I know, sweetie, we will get it. Okay.